Good morning, Katie.
Sir, no voice, sir.
Can you hear me now? I'm so sorry, I was on mute. So 9:45, I have a meeting today. So I didn't today and tomorrow also, but I didn't want to cancel the class. So shall we go and start the session without even a minute delay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. So 9:45 we have to wrap up because I need to jump up to that meeting, and today and tomorrow both days it is there. And tomorrow also I'll start sharp at 9 o'clock and we'll move on. So thank you everyone for your patience. There you go. I am sharing my screen, and let me know once you see my screen shared. Hey everyone, a request from your side I need is please can you please ping me in WhatsApp separately, because whoever are pinging me individually, I would want to move you all to a new group, sir. Okay, so please in WhatsApp right now, as I'm opening the PPT, I said right in the WhatsApp chat yesterday that there are a lot of people and we want to be focused group than many people in the group, right? So please ping me in WhatsApp and say yes. I mean, so this doesn't mean that you are joining the classes, okay? This means that you still have a 1 week or 1.5 week time left more to decide, but we just want to make the group very focused than having everybody added to that group. Clear? You got my intent, right? You got my meaning and my intentions, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, sir. So finally, so this was a very interesting discussion where we left off yesterday, and which we will continue now.
We need to send your personal number.
Yeah, my personal number. Yes, please. 9845476648. Yeah, I started getting. Yeah. Rafi has done, Lavanya has done, Guru has done. Wow, Lokesh, Praveen. Perfect. Okay, sir. And tomorrow onwards, you'll be getting a new link and we'll be putting that link in that group. Is that okay? The new group which we'll create. Okay, Priyanka has done. Thank you. Shivam has done.
After completing the class also,
Yeah.
For me, mobile data is not working inside.
Okay, no problem. Just after the class also, you can put the message, Chiranjeev. Okay, so done. So yesterday we were talking about something very interesting, and the topic of discussion was the most complicated one. So believe me, so the architects make a wrong decision in licensing. And I know yesterday we were discussing about licensing, and at the end of the class we started. So shall I do one thing now? Shall I repeat the topic once on licensing so that you feel connected? So what is the cost of SQL Server was the question, right? And what did I do yesterday? I Googled for SQL Server 2019 standard edition wise. I mean, okay, standard edition price or any edition price. And then there was a pricing tab from Microsoft, and I went here. I opened that, this not this refurbished one, sir. They are second hand and whatever you call. So I'm just talking about this link. First Microsoft link which I opened is this one. Yes, do you agree? Perfect. What's the cost of SQL Server? No, you guys tell me, please. Cost depends on editions. So licensing is completely interconnected with editions. If you are looking for how many editions we have in SQL Server, that was our yesterday's actual discussion, right? To start with, how many editions we have in SQL Server. Sir? Let's not talk about older versions, please. Let's talk about currently how many editions of SQL Server are available. Enterprise edition. Let's go from the highest to the bottom, sir. And mainstream and specialized. So let's talk about mainstream. In mainstream, we have enterprise edition at the top.
Standard
Edition.
And last but not the least is Express edition.
Express edition.
Three we have. Express is free, sir. Enterprise stands as the top edition.
All.
Yeah, and best of all. You're right, absolutely. And then standard edition is a little cheaper than that. Now you may ask one question, sir. Katie, what is the exact difference between enterprise and standard, sir? And my request to all of you is please wait, because we still did not talk about features of SQL Server. I did not explain you what all wonderful things we can do inside SQL Server and all that. So yes, definitely between enterprise and standard, some things will be lost, no doubt. Standard comes with little less capability. Enterprise comes with a full-fledged, full power, full-blown, and fully performing edition called Enterprise Edition. So Enterprise Edition we have, Standard Edition we have, Express Edition we have. So from a specialized editions, because you don't pay anything for them. These are specialized editions. We have two: developer, evaluation. These are for people who want to explore SQL Server. So let's say yesterday I was telling, right, somebody from there's an Oracle DBA, Shiva is in the class today. So an Oracle DBA wants to explore SQL Server. Oracle guy wants to explore SQL Server. Postgres guy, the other databases, right? So what else? DB2 person wants to explore SQL Server. They just want to see. They want to get the feeling of it, how it is, how things work. So for them, Microsoft earlier gave trial version. Evaluation edition is a trial version which will last for 180 days. Yes, sir. Evaluation edition is a trial version which will last for 180 days, and developer edition is a not a trial version. It's a full-fledged edition, but you cannot use it for business. That's it. So this is the discussions that we did, sir. Now on that same note, we went to the specific website called pricing. Now we are discussing, sir. So enterprise edition cost is $13,748. And Bindu, I think your question remains active still, that hey, this is for lifetime or this is for 1 year. So Bindu, to answer that, yesterday only I wanted to answer it, but let me tell you now, gone are the days. Gone are the days where I purchase a software for one time and I will use it for lifetime. It was the situation many years ago, around 10 plus years ago. Nowadays, right? I mean, if you look at the recent business model of all the companies, it's something like this. Make even an app, right? Even an app. So give me some paid app examples. Something is not hitting my mind right now. Some paid app examples. Any paid apps? Paid apps. Paid apps.
GTA Vice City.
What is the gaming one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pay subscriptions for what? So is it monthly or yearly? Or is it one-time purchase?
One-time purchase.
Oh, so you gave a wrong example. And then okay. So games. Okay. No. Let's not talk about games. Games have. Hey, by the way, sir. Okay, let's talk about your games itself. In games itself, you have online games you can play, right? Online games also we can play, right, sir? Online subscriptions. They are
Yeah.
one time or they are monthly or yearly? Because you are a gamer and I'm a gamer, so we are discussing about that. They are
They're one time.
subscription. No, online games are not one time. So you have to pay annual subscription. So because let's say your game. Okay. Okay, let's change the topic. Let's go to another one. Does anybody else wants to give any app names, any application names where you pay?
Movie apps are there, na, sir.
Which one? Which one?
Movie apps, or anything.
Netflix. Array, how can I miss this? Amazon, Netflix. So all your subscription models, all these work on subscription models. They cannot give a one-time fee because all companies want a constant revenue. So same thing. Most of the companies, there might be some games, and as Naveen mentioned, or there might be some other softwares who are working on one-time model. But sir, mostly if you look at the industry, paradigm has changed. People want subscription model, and subscription models are very effective. That keeps the business running for a long time, and prices can be changed as well. Am I right, sir? In Amazon today, cost would be 129 rupees, but gradually you will see 5 years later, I don't think that will be the cost, right? So that's exactly what I'm saying, sir. Amazon Prime apps. So subscription models work better. So Bindu, I hope you got the answer for the question. So this $13,748 which you're paying is not a one-time payment. It's a annual subscription. So Katie, how do you know that? You may ask me a question. How do you know that? How do I know that? Is by looking at this one. Okay, so we will just bear for some time. We will talk about it. So that means $13,748 per what, sir? Per year? Yes. And that's how expensive SQL Server is, and that's how expensive Oracle is. Shiva, I think Shiva is there in the session today, right? Shiva, we joined and then I think he left again. Okay, so sir, we have Shiva. I think yes, we have. Hey Shiva, you're there? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, there are two Shivas, sir. The Oracle Shiva.
I am not Oracle.
You're not
I'm
Oracle Shiva.
SQL.
Shivam. The other Shiva is Oracle Shiva. Hey Shiva.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions for you. This is the pricing of SQL Server. So
Okay.
any estimates on the Oracle pricing, please? Approximately.
I'm not sure, but it will be on the higher end only. That was what.
Thank you, sir. Because, by the way, guys, Shiva represents Oracle discussions, but Shiva works in Oracle, by the way. He's an Oracle DBA. So, and hence I have asked this question. So yes, please, it is going to be a little higher than SQL Server. Oracle is expensive from the licensing part. That's the only thing I wanted to let you all know. Now, let's move on, sir. So $13,748 for what? So I think you have to read the entire line. How many cores? 2 cores. So 2 cores means what, sir? 2 processors. Hey, by the way, the core means processor only. That's it. So in my laptop, how many cores are there? Do you remember the yesterday's shortcut, MS Info?
4 cores.
No, I had 2 cores. My laptop has 2 cores. Okay, I'll show you now. Can you see here? How many cores?
2 cores.
2 cores. How many logical
Cores.
processors I have? 4. So,
4.
I mean, to make it even more easy for all of you, sir, as you all have laptops, some of you have laptops, some of you use something else maybe, but if you open your laptop, sir, all our laptops will have one processor. If you open the laptop motherboard and see, there will be one processor on it. Okay. There will be one processor on it. So processor looks like this. Every system needs a processor. Yeah, CPU processors look on. Yeah, processors look like this, depending on which processor you are purchasing. Okay. Now, processor sits on the motherboard. You need to fit on the motherboard. That's how it fits. So now, sir, if you really look at, there are different types of processors. Intel manufacturers, i3, i5, i7. I think now the new one is called as i9. So they have different. So Intel is one famous company for processor manufacturing. One more company is AMD. AMD is one more company which manufactures processors. And the famous company we all know is Qualcomm. Mobile processors, compact processors. Qualcomm is another company. Probably we all know, right? Snapdragon. We all listen when you see the mobile configuration. Snapdragon is the series of Qualcomm. So Qualcomm is a company which manufactures mobile processors, and nowadays Samsung, all these companies have started manufacturing their own processors. Apple manufactures their own processors, so and so forth, sir. Okay, now so why are we doing this discussion is if you really look into every processor, so if you open the processor and see the process, I mean, we don't do that. If you open the processor and see inside the processor, you will have sockets, slots. Cheap, bad words. It is called as cores. So one processor, if it fits, it's called as what? Socket. On the motherboard, there is a socket. So one socket. There's a slot, and you fit the processor one processor. So processor is kept. By the way, so all the laptops that we use are single processors only. You can't have multiple processors, only one. Got it? Physically, if I open the motherboard and see, you can have only single processor. Do you see my I told my server is there, right, sir? It has two processors inside it. Two sockets. Got it? So socket word, are you clear, sir? Socket means on the motherboard, how many sockets you have. Mostly all our laptops are single sockets. Okay. Done. Servers are, okay, wait, sir. Let me show you that better. Server. Just showing you one thing. Please bear patience. Yeah, so look at this. Look at this picture, which I'm showing on the screen now. How many processors? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sockets are there? 4 sockets. This motherboard is going to be very, very expensive. Typically in your laptop, if you see, it will contain only, so if you open your laptop, and all of you can definitely do it and see, you will see one socket only for processor. One socket. So if the socket terminology is clear, I would want to move forward. Give me a moment, sir. Just give me a moment. Processors pink color cover. I'm so sorry. Sometimes, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah, KD.
Sorry. So, I mean, the discussion of the whole thing is about sockets. And by the way, sir, when you talk about licensing, right? Microsoft will charge you licensing based on processors, mainly based on processors. The billing is decided based on processors. So we all know that our laptops will have single processor, single socket. Servers will have multi sockets. Now you see 4 on the screen, sir. There are some with 8, and there are more also. So this is an expensive board. Okay. So now, anyways, sir, now if you really look into the processor, right, sir, how many processors we have just now? Just now I said, right, in the Intel field especially. If I go and search for Intel processors, so Intel has a specific website where they keep all the processors information. Okay. Now, Intel, where is it? So expand this one, sir. If you look at the family, you have i3, the cheapest, i5, the next best, i7, a little better, i9, okay, and Core X processor. So these are the categories, sir. But depending on what you want to purchase for a laptop, you can purchase that one. Now, KD, why I'm doing all this discussion is, sir, let's go to a little famous i9 part. I'll click on i9 processors. So it will show you, so if I want to, there is a model for every processor. It's launched, recently launched. Q2 2021 means this last 3 months it has been launched. How many cores are there for this one? 8 cores. So assume that I purchased this, sir, I purchased this one. I repeat one more time. Assume that I purchased this processor. In my laptop, I have fitted, sir. It's an 8 core. So now go back to the SQL Server licensing and see. Your pack is what, sir? $13,000 is what pack?
2 core pack.
Now you have how many processors? 8 cores. So you need to purchase. So you're going to pay a license of 13,748 into 4. That's in dollars into 75. So this is for what, sir? One server, okay? One machine. One machine. And in that one machine, sir, I have one processor. Imagine I have multiple processors like a server like this. Then the price is going to be doubled or something like that, sir. So that's all, sir. Now the reason why I was off the video was to show you that this is how typically a processor looks like. I don't know if I need to see this. This is one of my old processors lying at home. So this is this processor which I am showing you now is called as a Xeon processor, Intel Xeon processors. So let me quickly, so I don't need to tell you about hardware and all this, but here there is literally a link with hardware and licensing. That is why I'm taking the privilege of talking about processors. So in every laptop or server or desktop, what is the first thing you will look at? Sockets. How many sockets are there? Okay. Then, sir, let's say I have 2 sockets. Now, by the way, I'm showing you, right? I'm just showing you 2 processors which I'm holding. And you know what? The cost of this is a Xeon processor. Let me show you what is a Xeon processor, just for your information. So laptops, in our laptops, we use, what do you call? i3, i5, i7, i9 and all that. But when it comes to server technologies in office environment and everywhere, people use Xeon processors. Intel is very famous. Intel processors are outstanding. There's no second thought about it. Now look at the Xeon processors once. Okay, so I'm using what I have now is a Xeon E processor. Click that, sir. Okay, again in E series also, E2278, E22, there are again different models. So I'm not, again, as I mentioned, this is not about hardware topic. Mine is 2018 or 17 model, old processor. So look at the cores, 6 cores, 4 cores, 6 cores, 4 cores. Mostly this is what you will see. Recently launched processors are having 8 cores, 12 cores, like that. So what is a core now? Inside a processor, which I can't open and show you, but inside a processor, there are multiple cores, meaning, so you all know, this is brain of a system. So all mathematical calculations, whatever you do, your mouse movements, your program launches, anything that you do is done by processor end of the day. This is your brain of your system. So what I'm saying, sir, processors should be in a position to do multiple tasks. So while I'm talking with you, I'm drinking my coffee or tea or whatever, or water, right? So, and that doesn't interrupt my discussion. Sorry, it interrupted, but it doesn't interrupt my discussion with you. So the point is, so I should parallelly be thinking. So multiple cores for a processor makes processor work on multiple tasks at same time. So more the cores, more the performance, more the multitasking a processor can do. That's all. So I don't want to talk anything more than this. And so each Xeon processors are very expensive, very, very expensive. You go to Google and my processor each costs around 1.5 lakh, close to. Not now, and then maybe now it should have gone down a little, but not too much. Each processor is 1.5 lakh when I purchased it. So I wanted to make one system, but I could not make it for delays. No, by the way, so sorry. Yeah, I'm not showing off anything, sir, but I just want to show you my PC, which I use for all my this my tower based CPU. So I use this for heavy calculations or for any SQL Server performance tuning sessions and all that. I use this machine. So just letting you know that the power of hardware is this, and so licensing is directly correlated and connected with processor count. Question, let's get to the point now. So how much is the licensing? You're aware now. 2 core pack. This is not for lifetime. This is for annual. So I'll go to the slides now. Hope you got the overall point now. Let's talk about licensing. So how many types of licensing we have in SQL Server? 2 types of licensing. First one. Just now you saw first one.
Core
Inside
based.
a processor, inside a processor, exactly, sir. Perfect, Naveen. Core based licensing. So core based. So core means how many multi-threading a task can do, a processor can do multiple tasks, right? So core based licensing. So you will not license the processor, sir, right? If Microsoft licenses the processor, Microsoft is very smart. They are not licensing processors, they are licensing cores inside it. Okay, so they are licensing, they are charging you for the power, the real power. Now, so earlier what used to happen is, it was earlier per processor. By the way, sir, how many cores? Okay, in my laptop also, may I type MS Info 32? MS Info 32. So you know what is a socket now, right? Socket meaning is clear. You know what's a core now, right? My processor is able to do multitasking, 2 cores. My laptop, I mean, not this one, sir, my laptop, 2 cores. Now, how many, what do you mean by logical processor now? So logical processor is nothing but each core can do again two hyper-threaded, 2 more tasks. So in my system now, I have 1 socket, 2 cores, my 2 each is equal to 2 again. So total 4 processors I have, but those are not physical processors, sir. The 4 that I am talking about are logical processors. So 1 socket, 2 cores, 4 logical processors is my laptop configuration. Same question I'm asking you all. You are using laptops now. Do you mind quickly going into MS Info 32 and can you please share your configurations quickly? Shouldn't take more than a minute, sir. Can you please help? I mean, what is your configuration? Type MS Info 32 and open this and just tell me if you are seeing this. Anybody having 4 cores, 8 cores or all like that? Just curious to know, sir, if your systems are what. Yeah, Naresh, you're saying something, sir?
2 core logical.
I think that means Your configuration, my configuration is absolutely same. 2 core and 4 logical processors, right? Thank
KD,
you.
I have 2 cores and 2 logical processors.
Absolutely. You also have almost have the same.
KD, I have 2 cores and 4 logical processors.
Perfect, sir.
KD?
Quad core and 8 logical processors.
4 core and 8 logical processors, which is good. So 4 core. 4 core is good. I mean, 8 would have been even better, but 4 is still good compared to what we all are using. So by the way, so my laptop is also not so recent one. It's of course a performance series one, but it's a little old one. I need to pick upgrade one. But anyways, you're right. So 8 cores is what 4 cores is what Priyanka has, and others. Anybody else answering, please?
Yeah, 4 cores and 8 logical processors.
Surya, you also have okay, better ones. Done. Okay, so that means nowadays whatever laptops are coming, right? Either it's a 4 core or a 6 core, or best is 8 core. So when purchasing a laptop, you should look at all these things, please. I mean, which we normally don't see. We see i3, i5, i7, but what we don't see is what's next to that. How many core the machine is. So cores gives you the power. With that being said, sir, moving on. I have messaged my team members that I will be late by 5 minutes. Let's complete this one. Okay. How many types of licensing models we have? 2. One is core based. But KD, in brackets, why did you mention per processor licenses? So olden days, if you go back 10 years, 8 years back, right? At that time, this awareness of core was not there, sir. Got it? 10 years back, 8 years back, core concept, CORE, inside the power, the core and all, that much awareness was not there. So simply, if I purchase a laptop, it will have 4 processors, 8 processors. People used to talk in the terminology of processor. Now everybody are talking in the terminology of core. So it's a modern naming convention. So that is why licensing also has been changed. Earlier, licensing was called as per processor. Now we are calling it as per core. Any questions anybody have, please? So second licensing model is also there, sir. We don't care about servers, processors, anything. Cut the crap. You will license the dash. The entire machine, the server, it's not core based. It's completely server licensing followed by client licenses. I showed this picture, right, yesterday. So server licenses, meaning you purchase a server license, which is cheaper, and then you have to license every client, which may turn up dangerous. If you have 100 employees, you're going to wait 100 employees for 209, sir. $20,000, you're going to spend too much money on this one. So just think about it. Okay. So any questions anybody have for me on this licensing part? So 2 types of licenses: per core based licensing, and second one is server licensing plus CAL licensing. CAL means client access license. CAL license. Thank you, sir.
Client means using Management Studio.
So Management Studio is a free tool. Management Studio doesn't have any license as per se, but the machines that are going to connect to SQL Server. So actually, that also is tough to prove. To a company, it's tough to prove because anybody can make any connections from anywhere. So when you show to Microsoft, when you go with this model, right, sir? So CAL is exclusively for specifically how many clients are accessing your SQL Server, connections that are coming through. So
end user also connecting application website user.
Developer connecting, web connections, developer connections. So developer is mainly you give client licenses to developers, ideally for developers. So, but again, this is limited model. Companies with small scale, it will really help them. Companies with few employees, it's going to help them. Not really for enterprise in large scale. So large scale companies never use it. So everywhere it's core based only. And I think your office, my office, everywhere it is core based. So today, before we end the session, I really have one very important topic to talk about called volume licensing. I'm going back to the slide, please. Do you see the 2 options here? Anybody have any questions last on licensing part? And before we close the topic, any questions on licensing? Core based licensing, server licensing plus CAL licensing. These are the only licensing models. So I am a company. Okay, let's call my company name as Reliance. No. Let's make it a small company. I'm a retail store. Okay, more mega mart. Okay, DMart. Let's talk about DMart. We all understand DMart. So DMart is one store, DMart set of stores, and DMart is using SQL Server. Okay, DMart stores all its data inside SQL Server. They have got some 1,000 servers, 1,000 servers. Now, IT team of DMart should purchase license, right? Without licensing, how can you use SQL Server? So first you need to purchase license, then use SQL Server. So IT team contacted Microsoft. Okay. And Microsoft said that, hey, these are our pricing options. These are our pricing options. This is the amount you need to pay. Now, sir, assume that they have 1,000 servers, as I said. Every server maximum has 4 cores, sir. Every server maximum has 4 cores. Example, I'm saying. Maybe there are more, but let's keep it simple. Mathematics simple. 4 core. So 1,000 servers they have. Each server has 4 cores, right? So shall we do a small budgeting, sir? Takes 5 minutes, not more than that. May I? So Notepad. Let me open Notepad so that it will be much more easy. So total servers in DMart, 1,000. Okay. Total machines they have in office is 1,000. Each server has cores. How many? Standard, sir. All servers have 4 cores. Okay. Now, SQL Server license. Help me, sir. For server 1, server 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And server how much, sir? Server 1,000. So total 1,000 servers we have, right? So this is one. So for first server, sir, amount will be, you just check here, 13,748. This is 2 core pack. So how much was that? We did a calculation just now. 13748 into 2. So 27,496, sir. This is the amount I need to pay. Okay, so open the Notepad again. That is for first server. Like this, you need to put it for all the servers. I hope you agree with my mathematics, sir. Like this, for all the 1,000 servers, you need to pay. Anyways, for 1,000 server also same amount. So if you really do a mathematics and sum this all up, so you're going to invest how much, sir? 27,000. Yeah, why to do a math? 1,000, right? 27,496. That is the, in dollars, DMart is going to pay to Microsoft. Any questions anybody have? If you are following core model, and they will follow core model only mostly for better performance. So this is the budget. It's in dollars, by the way. I mean, if you want to do conversion into rupees, you can, sir. You can. No, wait. Sir, what do you mean by license? License is nothing but Microsoft will give you a license key, sir. It looks like this. Okay. So how does a license key look like? 5 into 5, 25 lettered word. Okay. It's a random number, sir. Now, if I pay Microsoft $27,496 for server 1, this is the license key I'm going to get. So the cost of that is $27,000, so that key, right? So now, when I am installing SQL Server, maybe the next one will be something different, sir. Okay. And the next for the second server. And for third server, one more license key. For fourth server, one more license key. So like this, sir, I mean, are you kidding, Katie? Do you want to maintain 1,000 license keys for all the 1,000 servers? Yeah. So if you pay money, you get a license key. You're getting what I'm saying? So if I pay $27,496 for server 1, I will get 1 license key. For second server, 1 more license key. So 1,000 license keys I have to maintain in Excel or somewhere. I have to keep it separately. It's very, very important. Whenever you purchase a software, license key is important. You protect them. But what I'm saying is, sir, what happens if I kept all my license keys in Excel sheet safely. Okay. And sir, by chance the server 1 crashed. I have built a new server. Now I have to install SQL Server, right? When installation time, I need to use this license key. Without providing this license key, SQL Server will not allow me to install. So this key is very important for me. This is how the key looks like. So what I'm saying is protecting all license keys is important. But so do you really want to maintain 1,000 license keys like this? Bad idea. So that's why what Microsoft will do, sir, it will cut all this crap. Okay, one license key, remove all. So for DMart, Microsoft recognizes DMart as a valuable customer. It will tell DMart that, hey, DMart, you pay this much money. Okay, this is the license key. One license key for the company. One license key, just one license key. You install how many SQL servers you want, how many ever you want, and you pay me this amount yearly. But hold on, sir. 1 second. DMart took the license key. What is the guarantee that they will install in 1,000 machines? They would have installed in 2,000 machines also, right? So I have main license keys available for my company, main license key. So this type of not having a separate license key for every machine, without having a separate license key for every machine, having one common license key is called as volume-based licensing. Volume. When for 5 servers, 10 servers, they will not give you volume licensing. Got it? When you are a bit big, there will be some range Microsoft decides. So a volume licensing is nothing but volume. So I'm expecting this in volume from you. So I'll give you one key, that's it. Happily protected wherever you want. One key, that's it. Tensionless. Than maintaining 1,000 keys in an Excel sheet, sir. It's pain for me. I will keep it in one key. Is that clear? Oops, I got a message. Okay. Yeah. So is that clear? Okay. So I don't know if I confused you. I gave you clarity. Volume-based licensing is what all companies follow. So Bindu, this is my bill every year. This is my bill amount every year. But Bindu, this year I have used 1,000 servers. Next year I may have 1,300 servers, meaning 300. My business, DMart business has grown, as you all know. So 1,300 servers it has become. So what Microsoft will do, sir? So I don't trust. How do I trust DMart? DMart might not be a trustworthy company, right? Example I'm saying. So what will Microsoft do? Microsoft will allocate a license key to you, sir. It'll give you a key. So Lokesh, you have Lokesh mega stores, and you have got lots of servers now in your company. Okay, Mike, you talk to Microsoft. Microsoft said that, hey, this is your volume licensing. This is your volume-based license key. You got one key, sir. Now you install how many ever SQL servers you want. You install 500, 1,000, 10,000. Your choice, sir. I will send auditing company to your company. Microsoft will have collaboration with lot of auditing companies, sir. You know how many auditing companies are there? If I tell some names who are very familiar to you, sir. Deloitte. Deloitte is a famous company which is into this business, licensing auditing, sir. Meaning Microsoft and Lokesh Megastore have a agreement. So what will Deloitte do, sir? Deloitte will go to Lokesh office, do the required scanning and all, identify how many servers are there, how many licenses are there, and they will send a report to Microsoft, and they will get a commission for that. This is how volume licensing works. I don't know. Anybody wants to add some inputs here, please feel free to. If your company is also doing the same, if you want to add some points, please do. So, sir, 13,000 for 2 core means for 1 core, how much, sir? $6,000 approximately, right? $6,000 is per core. This is the cost of SQL Server, but that's for 1 year. Divya, this cost is for 1 year, just 1 year, that's it. And next year again, you have to pay $6,000 per core. So keep it in per core way, you will easily understand. So $6,000 per core approximately. Any questions you have, I would want to ask. But so volume licensing is your company will first talk to Microsoft, get a volume key, install how many ever SQL servers you want, install in that many servers, sir. There will be auditing company which will come to your company, do an audit. Audit means nothing, but they will run some scripts and all. So now some of you are a little naughty, and I'm expecting this question. Nobody asks, sir. KD, what if I have 1,500 servers? I know when auditing company is coming, right? I have 500 servers. I will right? Sidetrack. And when they come, I'll keep only 1,000 servers. And I'm being charged for 1,000 only. Anybody got this question? So would you want to ask this question now? At least you got the question now, sir. Thank God. Yes. So in one of the companies I worked, I do not want to take the company name. I will not take the company name, but we did this. Our leadership told us that, hey, next week we have auditing. Taka, go and clean all the unwanted things. And when the auditing comes, once they go away, then we will put them back. So I have done this. I'm just telling, because one of the companies told this to me to do this. My leadership told us to do this, and we did it. So corporate cheating is what you call it. So I don't have anything else. So it's a famous company, big one, probably. No comments on this. Any questions anybody have now? Have you understood how licensing works in every company? So for 1,000, 10,000 servers, you can't have 10,000 license keys and maintain in an Excel sheet. And okay, server 25. Now go to Excel sheet. Oh, license key is this one. Okay, now enter. Doesn't work that way. Because I still did not show you how to install SQL Server. When I show you the installation screen, you will understand this license key part. So please wait. Hardly tomorrow, probably we can start the installation. Or whenever I show you graphical installation screens, there you will see license key. And there we type the license key. Yeah, Naresh was saying something. I think I stopped you.
KT, sometimes my company required one server for 1 month. We don't have a license. So can I buy for 1 month licensing or 1 day, sometimes required?
So then that becomes a pro rata basis, huh? Because now in that case, right, but you still have consumed a license. You still consumed a license. Even if you want it only for 1 month, you still consumed a license. So it's not fair. Let's say there are 2 processors in that machine. That means $13,000. How fair is it for Microsoft to charge us $13,000, which is an yearly pricing, and we are using only for 1 month? Sir. So it's not fair, right? Microsoft will not do that. So in this case, I don't know how the billing model works. I love the question again. Maybe we have to talk to the Microsoft support, sales team, and then we can have this answer. I don't have an answer for this question at this moment. Good one. So duration is short and I want it only for that 1 month duration. So how do I deal? I can ask a couple of my friends who are in Microsoft and get an answer for you on this one. Now I have an assignment question. Thank you, Naresh. Done. Any questions, sir? Okay, good. So I have to join the meeting. I'm completely late actually by now, 15 minutes late. My team is handling it for now. Yeah. So sorry about this. Tomorrow also we'll have a short duration session. But have you understood how licensing works? Yesterday time was not sufficient. Today I showed you. A question to all of you with this will end the class. What are the different types of licenses? In SQL Server, different types of licenses.
Code based.
Yeah, core based. Server plus cal. Server plus cal. Yeah, server. Yeah, I mean, oh no, volume licensing is not a type of licensing really. Volume licensing is like comfort for the customer. So yeah, I mean, licensing types are 2. Server core based licensing and server plus cal licensing. This you can keep, sir. So I'm so sorry. I know that you have to jump off, but can I show you some licensing guide and we will read this and move on? Licensing guides. I will share it in our WhatsApp group also. You read it later. Or you can also go to Google and open this licensing guide, sir. Licensing guide tells some important conditions about licensing. It's very simple. It's just 42 pages. That's it. Okay. So when you have, actually it's more, 42 pages is more content. So at least exclude a couple of pages. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. Okay. So it shows you, a licensing guide shows you what are the new features which are available. Okay. And what is exactly the difference between Enterprise Edition and Standard Edition. And you see this here, sir, very important point. Standard Edition supports only 24 cores. So imagine I have a server which supports, which is capable of 128 cores. My server has okay. So I have 16 cores in this one and 16 cores in this one. How many cores are there? Let's leave server and all. How many cores are there in this two? Both processors will go to my motherboard, right? This is my system now. You tell me 16 plus 16.
32.
32, right? I will install SQL. I'll purchase standard editions. I will install SQL Server in this standard edition. Can I really use the power of these two processors? 32 I have, but how much I can use, sir? Meaning SQL Server will not use all the 32 cores. SQL Server will use only 24 cores when you purchase standard edition. Got it? Limitations are there. Please understand. So now you see, sir. Now you see RAM. If my laptop server has 200 GB RAM, SQL Server will use only 128 GB RAM. It will not use more than that for standard edition. For enterprise edition, there is no cap. You have 2000 cores, it will use 2000 cores. But again, SQL Server will perform faster. Enterprise edition always runs faster than standard edition, depending on your hardware. Okay, so that's also, and this list contains all the features and all that. So that's what I mean. It's too early to talk about it, but just showing you. Sir. See, in enterprise we have per core, standard edition per core. Enterprise, the standard edition server plus CAL license is also available. So these are, sir, in enterprise edition only core based licensing is available. In standard edition you have core based plus core based and server plus CAL. You didn't see that? I mean, sir, again, watch this one last time, okay? In enterprise edition, normally how many types of licenses we have? Core based licensing, server plus CAL licensing. If you are purchasing enterprise edition, only core is available. Server plus CAL option is not there in enterprise. In standard edition, you have core based also, you have server plus CAL also. Both options are available. That's what I said, nothing more. So go through the licensing guide. I mean, if you are able to understand, cool, sir. If you're not able to understand, leave it. It's okay. But at least the main points I have already discussed now. And then, sir, it explains about what is software assurance and blah, 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 how volume licensing works and so on and so forth. I'm sure, Naresh, the question that you asked, sir, will be there in this guide. But again, I have to read, or I'll do that. I don't want you to read now, but I will check and see quick answers if you can find for you. Okay, Dan, sir, any questions anybody have for this licensing topic?
KD,
Sorry, home department call. Yes, sir. Please tell me.
KD, if I have 32 cores and I want to purchase a license, so do I need to take license for all 32 cores, or can I have only for 2 cores?
So you see, it's at the end of the day, your processor is capable of. I understand one more loophole you identified, Pankaj. So what you are saying is, I will purchase for 2 cores, okay, license, and my server has got 32 cores in it, but I'm going to purchase license of 2 cores only and use it, right? So in that case, actually, when you license servers, you're talking about a corporate or you're talking about personal? Just asking questions. Corporate.
Corporate.
Okay. So in this model, you will be corporate model, right, sir? The control is not in our hands. How do I tell you? If your machine has got 8 cores, sir, 8 cores, you don't have. I can't purchase license based on cores. I have to purchase standard or enterprise. One thing, sir. Second thing, in standard or enterprise, I have packs, right? 4 core, 6 core, 8 core. So Microsoft has put a restriction that if I am purchasing 2 core SQL Server, my laptop server, right? Server also should be 2 cores only. You can't have a 32 core server and you are purchasing a 2 core license. You got my point, sir? Companies take that precaution because when auditing companies come, you can't do that model. I will purchase for 2 cores and use it in 32 core system. Doesn't work, sir. Auditing company identifies it. It will be treated like a fraud. Did I answer the question or did I confuse you more?
Yeah, for corporate I understood, but for our individual.
So here nobody comes here, right? So this market, which personal purchases, that's why I asked the question initially, is it personal purchase or corporate purchase? So here in this case, nobody comes and audits your system and my system, right? So it should not be a concern.
Okay.
The choice. So everyone, don't get confused more. So my only intention is, in an interview, if you get a question, there will be only one question that comes. All these things nobody will ask, but one question they'll ask. What are the different types of licenses that we have in SQL Server? This is an interview question, by the way. Just for your information. Done with that, can we wrap up the session now? Yes, please. My team will kill me if I don't join. Yeah. So tomorrow's session we have, but again, I'll start sharp at 9 o'clock and I wrap it up 9:45. And there's an important meeting I need to jump up now. If any questions more, we'll take it tomorrow. And tomorrow we are starting installation, please. This is done. This is the background of all you need to know, sir. Licensing, editions, versions. What else did we miss? Components. Versions, components, editions, licensing. This is the background. Now with this, we can move forward happily. And I asked a question, what is different between DBMS and RDBMS? Anybody have an answer, can answer, else we can wrap.
DBMS, data stored in a file.
Very good, sir. Very good, very good, very good. Chiranjeevi, so you are saying that in DBMS, data is not stored in a table. So there are no tables in DBMS. Do you agree with me, Chiranjeevi, now? Perfect, sir. In DBMS, data is not stored in tables. In DBMS, data is stored in files, file structures. Perfect, very good. And
RDBMS, the information is stored in tables.
in RDBMS, information is stored in the form of tables. Yeah, absolutely.
Tables.
Correct. That's first difference.
In RDBMS, multiple users can use.
Oh, okay, good. So, yeah, great, nice. Vasundhara and Lavanya gave a common point. So I'll merge those points. So one is, I'm cautiously listening. One, you said that in RDBMS, multiple users can access the database, and DBMS, it's a single user system. That's another defect of DBMS. A single person can use DBMS. One person access. But here, multiple people can access RDBMS system at a time. That's another wonderful thing. Okay.
DBMS,
Client supported data DBMS. Client does not support a data.
Repeat that part one more time, Vasundhara, please.
Client does not support DBMS.
Yeah, same thing. Clients doesn't support means only direct one access system. So we will discard this point. Anything else?
DBMS does not apply any securities for data management.
Acha, so for data management, you don't have proper security. Security is very high for RDBMS. Agreed, sir. Perfect.
DBMS does not support the client server side architecture.
Same thing, same point which they said, right? Multiple people. Okay, client server architecture is not same thing. Sorry. So DBMS does not support client server architecture, whereas RDBMS supports client server architecture. Good, sir. I think some wonderful points that came out. Let me share the Excel sheet tomorrow. I'll show. Oh, some more you have. This is good enough. I think main points we already got. So DBMS stores data in the form of files. RDBMS stores data in the form of tables. If somebody asks you ever a question, this is the easiest and fastest answer you can give. DBMS contains, DBMS is a single user system. RDBMS is a multi-user system. Multiple people can access at the same time. In DBMS, security is mildly not there, almost very less. In RDBMS, you have better and even better security to the tables and all that. Right, sir? And fourth point, DBMS does not support client server architecture, and RDBMS supports client server architecture. What is client server architecture? You will gradually learn in the course later, sir. Hey, thank you for all those, at least the major important points, and there are many more though. I think they are sufficient for now. Thank you, guys.
Can you please share the screenshot if you have the differences between the
I will. I'll put the Excel sheet itself in the link, and then also I will put this licensing guide. I mean, if you have time, just like that, chill and read through it if you find time.
We need to go through because it is a little bit confusion in the giant side. So
No. One thing, please. Entire content will be given. We just want to see how you're feeling comfortable or not. Definitely yes. And then other than that, we'll also give. You'll get an online form of the material which I'll share, and then along with that, you'll also get lab guides which we have to do. So just give me some time. You will see everything shortly.
Example of DBMS and example.
Okay, examples of DBMS and RDBMS we have many, sir. We have DBMS in FoxPro. We have FoxPro, if I'm not wrong, is a DBMS.
XML also.
Sorry, sir.
XML.
Okay, so see, so FoxPro is what I used. I mean, when I started my career in the beginning, FoxPro is what I used, sir. DBase, yeah, DBase also I used. DBase and FoxPro are some very old DBMS examples, sir. Okay, and wait. I'll give you better ones. This is not the one. I can show you some more examples. I'll share that link, sir. I have that in the Excel which I have. I'll share it. By the way, SQL Server is RDBMS, not DBMS. This is not correct information. I will share it in a separate form. I'll share in the WhatsApp. Okay, thanks everyone. Go through the license guide as I would say. So there is nothing else complex than this. Now onwards, we will start installations and nothing else is there. All from tomorrow, it will be like very basic and cool installations and installations and installations. Thank you, everyone. Let's reconnect tomorrow morning, sir. Any questions? Thank you. Let's reconnect tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Signing off. Have a fantastic day, guys. And thanks for pinging me in WhatsApp. I will add you guys to the WhatsApp group, the new group, so that we get the right forum there. Please, if somebody has not pinged me in the WhatsApp, please ping me in WhatsApp. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Take care.